What is going on, guys? So for today we're detailing this Chevy Camaro that has obviously been heavily smoked in, like crazy smoked in. As we get farther on in the video, you'll kind of see what I mean. But as you can see, this thing is covered in nicotine tar, smoke, ash, everything you can think of. And because of that, that makes it almost harder than even last week's detail, which was slightly demotivating for myself just because of the fact that it was just so much dirt. But when it comes to a cigarette smoked or cigar smoked or any smoked in car, that gets everywhere too. And when it coats something, the windows, everything, the headliner, everything gets covered in it, and it makes it extremely difficult to detail, and also removing smells and everything else involved. So all that is going to be something we're tackling today. So if you guys are new, hit that subscribe button down below, and I hope you guys enjoy this video. So let's go ahead and roll right into these vacuuming clips because they turn out pretty good too. So in this shot in particular, guys, you can see the brown streaks that are coming down on that center console. I don't even know where those are coming from or how somebody would even create those, because it's not just normal water or salt from living up north. The cup holders are farther back in that center console. So for those ones and pretty much everything in this car, the Mint Shine all-purpose cleaner is going to tackle a lot of this stuff, minus the majority of the extraction on the seats and carpet. But if you haven't already, make sure you head over to foxclean.com and get all your detailing brushes, microfiber towels, all the Mint Shine sprays. Everything that I use in this video, you guys can pick up there. And like I've mentioned before, if you live in the continental United States, it's 100% free shipping, no matter if you buy one brush or if you make a huge order. So it's a huge advantage to anybody. If you need to pick up your detailing supplies, especially with spring here, make sure you head over to Fox Clean after this video and pick those up today. Now with these carpets at least all vacuumed up, kind of giving you an idea of all the staining involved, I wanted to jump straight into getting the seats extracted, because when it comes to extracting floor carpets, those can dry out fairly quickly with airflow across the top of them. But with seats, the amount of foam inside, you want to make sure you dry them thoroughly. So I wanted to go ahead and get these vacuumed up and go immediately into the extraction of these seats to try to get all these staining out. And like last week's video, these ones have deeply embedded stains. It's not grease this time, but it's more like smoke residue. We're going to find a lot of cigarette burn holes, a lot of different things that are going to need our attention and take some time to get cleaned up. In last week's video, we had a giveaway going on for a $50 gift card to Amazon, and the winner from last week is Debbie Henry, and all she had to do was comment and be a subscriber, and that's all you guys have to do if you want to be part of the Stauffer Garage crew. And make sure you don't miss out on any future giveaways I do, because I throw at least 2 out a month, and also just learning any detailing tips and being part of this community. So if you haven't already, like I've said before, hit that subscribe button and also give this video a thumbs up. So this is going to be the last video that you guys see this DIY extractor. I have officially retired it because I have a new extractor in the garage that you guys will see in the next video coming out. But I will have that DIY extractor video for you guys in the next week or two. Like I have promised before, I'm going to get that out for you guys if you want to put one of these together. And you guys have seen the capabilities of it. But there is certain advantages to having a full-blown setup that is self-contained, and especially some of the nicer higher-end ones, there's a ton more advantage to that. But for this video, this extractor has done a great job, especially as a DIY setup, and literally when I had my Sandia extractor take a crap on me, I was in the middle of a detail, so I had to come up with a solution on the fly, and that's where this extractor was born and why I came up with it to use, and I kind of just stuck with it because it worked. So you can see in some of these shots how well it actually does work. But like I said, this will be the last time you see this DIY extractor before the new one makes an appearance next week.
About to leave, already packing. Come with me, I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know. About to see the world in action, what we can be, life with no distractions. We'll get away, this is what we waited for.
For seats that have heavily deep stains or a lot of tar or grease residue, depending on which ones you use, using a typical extraction type fluid, you have to kind of take that to another level. A lot of times using an all-purpose cleaner helps, even to the point where I've used in past videos with like heavily oily, greasy stuff, is using degreaser. It's not recommended on a normal basis, but when you have something heavily stained and saturated with crap, you have to take some extreme measures to do so, and then make sure you rinse it thoroughly afterwards. But in this one in particular, I used a degreaser on the base portion of the seat because of the amount of residue where you can't even see the threading of the carpeting or the threading of the seat cover. You can't even see that because it's so heavily embedded. So like I said, sometimes you have to take some extreme measures to get some of this grease and stuff out.
Eyes on the freeway, Bonnie and Clyde, a classic cliche. We're on the run, this is what we waited for. Take my hand, we'll make it somehow. We can't miss now. I'm done living life with the lights. I've died with my own doubts.
It's been a little while since I've done a car of this size where it's a two-door coupe that's not a convertible or something like that. It is extremely hard to film these type of videos, work in it, especially comfortably, even with the seats out. So that's why you're seeing some of these weird extractor angles where typically if I didn't have the camera set up and I had more room to operate, I wouldn't be pulling the extractor head in these certain positions. But overall, this is the worst part of the vehicle, this rear passenger passenger side wheel well. I just don't even know what this stuff was on the ground, and it kind of goes back to, if you've seen my videos in the past, I did one where it was literally goat juice from somebody that carried goats in their car. So it was a lot of molasses type stuff that was in the floor mat, so it came out like dark red. It was really nasty stuff, whereas this is one of those ones too where you just don't know what it is, and it has a very wonderful smell that I wish you guys had smell-o-vision in these videos to see. Even 3 days after this vehicle was done, my garage still has this lingering smell of cigarette smoke, which is lovely, considering that the car has been gone for 2-3 days now. But anyways, hope you guys enjoy these shots in particular. Like I said, these are the best extractor shots in this video. Now this is the juiciest bit of the detail. This cup holder was not used for cups, and that's why when you see those streaking lines on the carpet, you're not really sure why they're even there in particular, because these cup holders, this was literally their ashtray, because as you see here, when I'm spraying them and trying to clean them, at the bottom of them, the stuff isn't even moving. It physically doesn't. I have to get a screwdriver to try to crack it and pry it up, because it's over 1.5 inches of just straight up compressed ash. It's really crazy, and I had to throw away several towels, several brushes, because of this stuff right here that you see in this picture. Yeah, this was nasty, and I've never seen anything like this from a car that was used by somebody that smoked in it. I mean, this was just a whole nother level of nasty. That's all I can say, to be honest. With the interior fully reassembled and everything cleaned up, now it is time to throw in the ozone generator, turn on the car in recirculation mode, close the windows, close the doors, and let all of that ozone circulate through all the air vents and everything to try to minimize the amount of that cigarette smell inside the car and remove as much odor as possible. All right, you guys know what to do. You see this video on screen. I need you guys to make sure you click it and watch it next. It is another fantastic, amazing transformation just like this one on this channel that you guys need to make sure you watch. This video on screen will not disappoint. So make sure you guys click on it now to watch it, and I'll see you guys next week.